What it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. Share. Copy link. Send this out to my peoples. Close, close, close. We lit. What up, chat? What up, squad? We finna be back testing a little bit. I'm gonna show y'all this strategy that I've been working on, 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio minimum. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking about this strategy a lot on my channel. I kind of just been back testing it. I'm really like addicted to back testing at this point in my life. So yeah, if y'all can hear me and everything's good, just let me know in the comments down below. Just let me know everything's good in the comments down below, or in the chat, I should say. And everybody like up the stream. I want to start doing these more often. I really want to like live stream actually when I'm trading. Right now, I'm just gonna be back testing right now because the markets are closed. Like NAS100, US30, it's all closed. The only thing we can trade is cryptocurrencies, and right now Ethereum is not moving that much, well enough for me to want to hop in trades. So we're just going to do like some back testing right now. I want to show you this new strategy it's really just a changed version of the strategy that I use right now that allows me to get a lot more money and risk a lot less money. So if you're part of my signals group and all that, if you want to be part of it, there's links all inside the description of this video. Just scroll down if you want to be part of it. But I've been talking to people inside my Discord about it, and I told them that I will go live and explain it to y'all. So I'm about to be explaining to y'all. We go back test it together. I'm gonna show y'all the sauce. It's gonna work on NAS100. I've also been testing it on US30 because US30 worked kind of close, or it kind of moves almost the same as NAS100. So I've been back testing it on there too, and it's been working out pretty good too. So I might start trading the US30. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, I tried trading US30 a little while ago, kept losing. So I kind of said F it, I'm never touching it again. But obviously I ain't had this strategy back then, so we finna get into it. Somebody asked, did you trade NFP Friday? No, I should have, right? And I'm gonna give y'all a quick little, this is not financial advice. Nothing I say is financial advice. You knew this already. But a quick little strategy that you can use to trade specifically NFP week or really NFP day or any real major fundamental news day is open up 2 positions, right? And hedge it. This is only if your broker allows it, right? You open up 2 positions. You open up a buy position and a sell position right before news hits. So if news is going to hit at 8:30, at 8:29 and 30 seconds, open up 2 positions, a buy and a sell position. Make the stop loss for both of them 10 pips from your entry. That way, if price, because usually on NFP, it does not go up a little bit, then drop straight down. It doesn't usually go up, then drop straight down. It usually just will either drop straight down or drop straight up. So if you lose one of the trades, you lost 10 pips, but the other trade is still running. And if you had done that strategy on Friday, you would have made like 270 pips or something like that. So you would have lost 10 pips, but you would have made 270 pips. So that's a little strategy for y'all. But yeah, if your broker does allow that, because some of them don't allow that. But like up the stream right now, let's get into kind of like these back testing. So I'm gonna break down exactly what it is first. If y'all kind of look, this is my back testing pair. Like this is the pair that I actually trade on. Well, I actually didn't trade on this one, but this is like my back testing one. Cause if you like type in NAS100, there are multiple different versions of it. The OANDA one is the one I actually used to trade. And then this vintage one is actually one that I also use to back test, and the Global Prime and Pepperstone as well. But we're gonna go into this one. As you see, I've like when I tell you I back test like all the time, like for fun. I be in my office just watching videos, or not even watching videos, listening to music and just back testing. But let me show you guys basically what the strategy is. So the first thing you're gonna need to do is come over here to indicators. I've talked about this indicator before. It's called kill zones, right? It's by this dude named Oscar VS. You go put that on, and basically what it does. Yours will look a little bit different than mine, because I changed up the settings a little bit. Because I don't need to see Tokyo session or any of that. I just want to see New York session and London session. So the London session is the yellow line forward, and the New York session is the white line forward. I'm only trading NAS100 and the US30 in the New York session. So once this white area, white time hits, that's when I'm trading it. You know what I'm saying? And feel free to like drop any comments inside the chat box if y'all have any questions while I'm going through it, so I can kind of explain it more for y'all. But yeah, I literally back test for like hours, and it just be fun. I'll be listening to music and just back test my strategy, see how I can make it better. I don't make new strategies. I have my one strategy and I'll just improve it. I'll see other variations of it, because I feel like you can't just have one strategy and one variation of your strategy. You need to have multiple variations of the strategy, because the market moves very different all the time. It's not going to move the same all the time. So that's why I did kind of change up the strategy just a little bit. Not change up the strategy, but kind of changed it, or amplified it, I could say. But like I said, the first step, get your kill zones up, get the indicator on. And what we're really looking for, usually I would tell you guys, we would draw a box around the high of the London session like this, and then we would draw a box around the low of the London session like this. We have this low, we have this high. But I've realized this isn't always very accurate, because this is a perfect example. We have this resistance area right down here below the London session. So if I was going to trade this and I saw it broke out of this London low, and I hopped into a trade right here thinking that it was just going to drop all the way down, I would have lost it, because this was the real major resistance zone that it was struggling to get past. It was not this right here. So instead of drawing your boxes around just the London high and the London low, look for the actual support or resistance areas around the London high and the London low. So like for this, I would not have my box here. I'll move my box down here. You know what I'm saying? Now, right now, this is on the 15-minute time frame. I draw my boxes on the 5-minute time frame, and I'll show you guys exactly how I do it. But I just wanted to give you guys that quick example. So let me go down to the 5-minute time frame, and let's say I'm doing this trade, for instance, right? I like to draw my boxes around the entire candlestick of the lowest candle for my low box. So right here, you see I have it kind of engulfing this whole red candlestick. Sometimes I do the green one. It really doesn't matter. I really just like to have inside this area. We could draw it around this whole candlestick for now. Will this be posted? Yes, this will be posted. I'll keep this up so everybody can kind of watch this back. I'll drag the box along, obviously. And then the high point, we have this high point right here. So we'll draw a box around this high point, the entire green wick, as you see right here. And yeah, we zoom out because we want to make sure there's no other resistance areas close. Now, I'm not worried about the resistance areas that's all the way back here. You know what I'm saying? I want close resistance or support areas. Like this is good for me. And then as you see, instead of drawing the box right here, I drew it over here because this was close to it. This was literally hours before, or a couple minutes before, and it's close to this area. You know what I'm saying? Like this area is only 12 pips off of the actual support area. Any videos for beginners? I have a whole free course in I guess it's not free because you got to sign up for the signals chat. But if you sign up for the signals chat, I can leave the link inside I'll drop a link inside the chat right now. Or if anybody has the link, can they put it in there? Actually, I may be able to do it. Hold on. It's literally inside the description of all my videos. So let me see. Hold up. Let me copy this link for you. You make me do all this work. You better go sign up and watch the free course. It's crazy because I'm actually watching the Swag Academy video and I got this notification on live doing this. I'm consuming all the games. Swag C is lit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Swag C is really who got me into day trading. Like, yeah, I saw his day in the life video like a long time ago. And it really sparked my interest more so for Forex trading, because I did used to do it a while ago. I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago. Just dabbled in it a little bit, but then I started watching, what's it called? I started watching Swaggy C, and I was like, dang, this is fire. So then I really started getting into it. But back to what I was saying. So we have our boxes drawn around the bottom, and we have our boxes drawn around the top. Now, this is kind of like a bad example. I'm not going to lie to you, because the market really did not move that much. But, yeah. So basically, okay, so let me show you guys like a perfect version of the strategy. I just want to show you guys a clear example of it really quickly. Yeah, these aren't even doing. Oh, I'm tweaking. Is this it? Maybe this is it. Yeah. Let me go down to the 1 minute. This is the one this is the box that we just drew. Yeah. As you see, this is completely like, y'all, I'm not scripted, none of this. I'm just like coming in here and showing y'all for real, like how I am actually trading the markets. Maybe this is the wrong chart. Maybe I lied to y'all. Maybe I'm not using this chart. I'm using the other chart. Is this it? Oh, this is it. Oh yeah, this, boom. So this is the correct chart. So here we go. Here's a perfect example. So let's go on replay mode really quickly while I show y'all this. So this is the strategy. If you don't know what the strategy is, then we're going to go and like back test a bunch of times. Like I showed y'all, I'm not going to actually see what the price was at. So we're going to back test and see how the strategy actually works. I'm going to show you guys how I kind of keep up with the strategy and how I, not the strategy, but the back testing to see if it's profitable, how much it will be profitable, the win rate, how many pips I got, how many pips I left on the table. If I got wicked out because of some stupidness, like I'm going to take y'all literally, through my whole thought process when I'm back testing and what I do to be able to make my strategy even better, right? So we're going to be on the 5-minute time frame. This is, like I told you guys, we draw a box around the high candlestick. We have it right here, and we have our box around the low candlestick right here. Now we have this line goes all the way across. We see we have multiple different lows right here. I could also put the box down here like I showed you guys before, but I had the box right here just because it's that general area, and I know if it comes in that general area, then we'll be valid to hop into a trade. So we wait for price to we're not doing anything when price is in between these boxes. We're waiting for price to come to one of these boxes. And then what we want price to do is come down to the box, break out of the box, then come back and retest the box, and then show me a candlestick that's telling me that it wants to go back down. So we need a rejection candlestick. And then I would hop into the trade right here. I would have a 10 pip stop loss, and I'd have a minimum 50 pip take profit. So that is a 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio, which is what we want. That's a freaking beautiful trade. You can lose 4 trades, win 1 trade, and you're still profitable at the end of the day. ETH just broke down 25 pips. Yeah, ETH's been going crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's really been going up since the news came out last week. Not NFP. It was something else that came out, and it just started kind of like the uptrend of all the cryptocurrencies again. If I'm not mistaken, commodities are open on weekends too. I don't trade commodities. They really never treated me right. They abused me. I don't like them. But let's get into the strategy. Then we go back test and just rob out. But I just want to make sure y'all understand the strategy so you guys see when I'm back testing, you know what I'm looking for. So once we draw our boxes on the 5-minute time frame, then I come down to the 1-minute time frame, and I'm just waiting for price to come into our boxes and then break out of the box. So why did you stop using 25 pip stop loss? I'm going to show you exactly why in a second. Like I told you guys in the beginning of this live stream, you have your strategy can't just be the same. You know what I'm saying? I've noticed in the past week and a half that NAS100 has not been going the 150 pips that I like to see per day. Like usually if you went back a month from now, NAS100, when it broke out crazily. It went 150 pips plus per trade. So that was like my minimum pip. So I would be risking 25 pips to make 150 pips or 125 pips. But I realized NAS was not going that much. So I needed to get a tighter stop loss and aim for a lesser amount of pips, but I still need a super tight stop loss so that I can be risking, so I can still have a 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio, if that makes sense. And it's gonna make sense more so when I get into, when I show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. How big are your zone boxes? Does the zone area matter? Yes, it does matter. I'll show you guys exactly why. This is actually a perfect example of it. Like I showed you guys before, this trade I actually did lose, and that's because I drew the box around the low of the London session, not paying attention to this candlestick right here. So let me just play it through for y'all so y'all can see it exactly. So we waited for a breakout. I see it broke out here on this box. I see it had a little area of resistance right here. So now we're waiting for the next candlestick. We had a retest. We see price came in here. We came back in the box, took a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, touched it a little bit, grabbed onto our box a little bit. Then the next candlestick, we did have rejection, and that is what I like to see. Well, the next candlestick or the next one. Yeah, I think I hopped in on this candlestick for this trade. So I put my entry right here. Stop loss is 10 pips right here. Take profit is 50 pips. It's 49.8, but let's just go for 50 pips. And what ended up happening, it crashed down, came back up, and oh, this one hit. I thought this one lost. Oh, never mind. Well, I guess perfect example. I could have sworn this trade lost. No, this is the trade where I won both of them actually, because then it broke up to the upside and I won this trade too. Same exact concept. I waited for it to break out of the box. and then I want it to come retest down and reject that area. Now, if we look right here, this is like a perfect example for you guys. So we saw that price came, we had this red candlestick, and then the next candlestick was a big old fat green candlestick. I would not hop in this trade. I do not consider this like a valid rejection. Even though it is a huge rejection to the downside, it does show me that price wants to go up, but I do not consider this as a valid rejection of this area because I feel like it needs to come down more. And so I did not end up hopping in the trade. I waited for it to come down more and I actually have a closing candlestick kind of inside my zone. That's what I really like to see. So as we see, it came down. We had a closing candlestick down here. And then we ended up having a green candlestick that showed me more rejection. First of all, we had this shooting star candlestick right here, kind of rejecting this low area again, respecting this box once again. I completely missed that one, but respecting this box once again. Then we had our green candlesticks that told me that price wanted to go back up again. Same thing. We set our stop for 10 pips and our take profit for 50 pips. And what did it do? It went up, came down a little bit, and ended up hitting our take profits. That's another 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. Let me see what comments you'll say. I just randomly came across what I'm pretty straight. Your channel, but I'm pretty straight with options, but what you trade Forex on. I trade Forex on MetaTrader 4. Thank you. Your strategy is working well for me. So grateful. 50 pips almost guaranteed every time. Must follow strategy exactly as you explained. Thank you, sir. Glad it's making you money. Will you be trading this upcoming Monday? Yes, of course. And I'll be putting out signals and everything like that as well in the signals chat if the market gives us opportunities. I'm not finna force no trades. Do you think moving averages can be in the way? I personally don't use any indicators. The only indicators I use is the kill zones. That just shows me the sessions. But I don't use moving averages. I don't use none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just like price action. I want to see market structure. I want to see what the price is telling me. I don't really like indicators telling me what price is telling me. Like if you guys look at my charts, they're extremely clean. Like all I have are boxes. That's literally it. Boxes and entry points. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll have like little trend lines like this or something like that shows me there's resistance up here. But that's really about it. I don't have no moving averages. I don't have 20 million different freaking volume indicators and all that. I just personally don't like that. I'm not saying you don't need to use it or you shouldn't use it. It's just personally not for me. I just like my charts to be as clean as possible. No, I don't use no RSIs. No, I don't use none of that. This is like what y'all seeing right now. This is what my chart looks like 24/7. I do not use nothing else. Maybe sometimes I used to, I never really use moving averages like that. Like, I don't know why. I just was never a big fan of them. But I did used to use this moving average divergence just to see like volume. But I really don't use that anymore because indicators be so lagged. Like if you wait for a signal from your indicator to hop in a trade, you could have already missed the trade by the time the indicators are saying buy. You know what I'm saying? How do you edit the kill zone settings? So I actually had problems with that at first. I'm gonna hop right back into the strategy as well. But where do I send the trading signals? They are, I just put a link for them right here. But what's it called? All you have to do, literally, I could not figure out how to edit the kill zones, but you have to go into settings and then go to you have to flick on indicator titles right here. And if you do that, you see up here, it shows you all the indicators that you have. And then you just come over here, you can double click it or you can hover over it and press the settings button. Then you could change everything about the kill zones. So that was, when I found that was huge because I don't even use like the Tokyo session and all that. So I didn't need that on my kill zones. But yeah, what about the MACD divergent? No, I don't use that anymore. Like my charts are extremely clean. This is what my chart looks like. Yeah, so let me hop back into the strategy. So does everybody kind of understand it? You're drawing a box using the 5-minute time frame of the last high and the last major low, waiting for a breakout on either side. Then you want price to not just break out, you want price to break out, come back and retest it, give you a nice candlestick sign that shows you it wants to reject this area, hop into the trade on that candlestick rejection. You want a 10 pip stop loss and a 50 pip take profit. Cool. Everybody's cool. Everybody's cool. Everybody understand. So now we're gonna blindly back test this just to kind of show you guys it in real live action, I guess. So let me actually go to a random chart. NAS100. Let's go to, is this one linked up? No, this one isn't linked up. this, I don't even know which one that is. I guess we could use this one just for the sake of it, because I really don't use this one no more. Yeah. So we're gonna press remove drawings. So now all my drawings are gone. Do you call every trade every day? Every trade I take, I call inside a signals chat. Like if I take a trade, it's in the signals chat. Are you a fan of mastering one pair, or you trade multiple as it looks? No, I only trade NAS100. I might start trading US30, but US30 moves almost identical to NAS100. So that's why I might consider it. And the same strategy works for US30, just different pip sizes. Like you won't do a 10 pip stop loss. I've been testing it with a 20 pip stop loss, but I can get into that a little bit later if y'all want. Do you backtest further than 2 months on the lower time frames? I backtest as far back as TradingView will let you. So for example, right, it like maxes out. So if I just scroll back randomly and press a random point like super far back and then go down to the 1 minute time frame, you see this pops up. We don't have historic data for this resolution this far back in time, so it limits how far back I can go. So I go back as far literally as I can, because like I said, I have to use a 1 minute time frame because that's when I get my entries. So I need to be able to see what the chart was doing on the 1 minute time frame that far back. Breakup structure and CO what? CO what? COCH? I don't know what that means. Do you trade crypto during New York? No, I don't trade crypto during New York session. But let's go into the back testing. So we're just gonna scroll back as far back as it will let me. I think actually the date that it will let me go to is like 30 days from now, or a little bit over 30 days from now. So let's go to June 28th. Let's see if it works on 1 minute, and it does. Boom. So we are valid. This is where we're gonna start the back testing. Right here, but let's wait for the London session to start. So we're just gonna press play on the back test, and then we're gonna wait just for when we see the yellow line start. Boom. All right, so now, like I told you guys, after this London session, after the yellow line, that is when London session starts. So just looking at this right now, we have multiple different resistances on the upside, but I do see we're on a downtrend. So I'm going to be more biased to sells, but I'm not going to be exclusive to sells, if that makes sense. I'll be much more confident in price going down more. But if I see price breaking this high and this high, then I might look for buys as well. So this is what I'll do. I'm on the 15-minute time frame. Let's just put the chart all the way to the beginning of New York session. So now we're on New York session. Let's go to the 5-minute time frame now. So we have this high right here. Let's draw a box around the top of this high, just like this. Now I'm not going to draw the box around the whole candlestick right here. I'll just draw half of it because this box is big enough as it is. Then we also, like I told you guys, we also have to be careful of the previous highs before. So I'll draw another box over the high point over here. We see this covers this entire candlestick, and we'll basically wait for any type of action on these two boxes if we're going to the upside. The downside, we have this candlestick right here. We'll draw the box roughly around half of this candlestick, just because I don't want to put the candlestick around this whole big candlestick, just because that is freaking huge. That's what she said. But yeah, I'm more biased to sells right here. Obviously, I don't know what the heck happened. Y'all just saw me blindly go back in time. So this is really how I like to back test. I really like to close my eyes and scroll back and back test and see if I can catch these trades, see if I would win them, see how much I would win, or see how much I would lose in all of them. So yeah. So let's fast forward on so right now I see it broke out of this high right here, but I really want to see it break out of this high for me to consider getting to a buy position. And you have to keep in mind with NAS100 at 8:30 Central Standard Time or 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, that's when the market actually opens, and the price usually goes crazy for like 15-20 minutes. So I really don't like to trade those times. So like you guys will see right here, this candlestick is the 740. Okay, this is the 8:30 candlestick. I told y'all it'd be going stupid. It does crazy things. So honestly, if I see a breakout from the 8:30 candlestick or the 8:35 or the 8:40 or the 8:45 candlestick, I won't pay that any mind. So it broke out here on the 8:30, but I don't consider that a real breakout. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a super, super high volume breakout just due to New York session actually starting. So let's fast forward a little bit. Keep fast forward. as you see, if I would have hopped in this trade right here, I would have definitely lost it, just because these are like, this is just, we call this crackhead hours in the signals chat, because NAS just be going stupid. It'd be snorting crack and all that during this time. So now we'll kind of wait for price to kind of like relax. We see prices now relaxing. I'm actually going to delete this box right here because it really isn't respecting it that much as I'd like to see it. So we want to wait for a rejection off of this box and a rejection off of this box right here. So let's go down to our 1 minute time frame, because now we're getting kind of close to our zone. So we want to see it break out. It broke out right here perfectly. And now we want it to come back down into this box and reject it. So it rejected it a little bit. It did not close under this box, which is a good sign. Now I need a good reversal candle for me to consider getting into this trade. That's not really a good one for me personally. I would like to see more of a green body on it. And boom. So that was not a valid breakout. Now it's kind of breaking out. Not really. It still doesn't want to go to the upside. Let's wait for a valid breakout on either way. It's just consolidating right now. Okay, this is looking a little bit better, but I still really don't trust it. Yeah. This day is kind of looking very like consolidating, but I do see we're making, we have a higher low right here, another higher low, a higher high. Then it looks like we're making another higher low right here. So it does look like we're actually going in an uptrend. So we might not be looking for sells anymore. We might be looking for buys. So, okay, now we got a good rejection off of here. So the good thing about this strategy is that if I was being super aggressive, right, I could have saw this rejection right here, this green candlestick, and hopped in a trade, right? And I don't care if I lose, because I'm losing 10 pips. And when I win, I'm winning 50 pips plus. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean by 50 pips plus. So let's say I hopped in on this green candlestick, right? Let's put a stop loss for 10 pips. And to take profit, let's put it to 50 pips. Let's see what happens. Taking out the trade. So I would have lost this trade right here. But like I said, that is literally perfectly fine for me. But now we have this kind of resistance area right here. So I'd want to see it break out of this resistance area or go above this resistance area to look for buys again. But we're not mad about losses, because every trade that we hit, we're getting 50 pips minimum. And I'm showing you guys a perfect example of that kind of when we can get an actual trade. If price decides to actually break up or break down. It looks like price is just consolidating this whole day. So let's kind of fast forward to a new day. I'm not really liking this day right here. Yeah, we see the price literally just went up and down for the rest of this day right here. What broker do you use? It's inside the description of my videos if you guys want to check it out. I use this broker called Osprey. We see it finally broke out to the downside on the beginning of London session, or towards London session. But let's see what it does in New York session. So now we're going to really just run the whole same play back. Go back to the 15-minute time frame. Draw our box around the low right here and draw our box. We could be aggressive and draw our box around this high right here. Then we also have these highs to kind of be careful about as well. So we can draw a box around those highs. And now we're really just going to wait again. Just wait for a breakout. Okay, this is the 7:30 candlestick, which was probably news, because news does come out at 7:30 Central Standard Time. So I'm not going to pay that any mind. We can actually delete this one because we're not going to use that one, because it's just been going up and down in it. And then this was this is now 8:30 starting. So we see prices going crazy on 8:30. It broke out. Let's see what it does. It broke out and it's rejecting this area right here, right? What time frames do you mostly pay attention to and why? I kind of explained this before. Consolidation days are kryptonite to most strategies, literally. But I explained this kind of before. I use the 5-minute time frame to draw my boxes and the 1-minute time frame for entries. I was definitely supposed to hop in this trade right here. I don't even know why I started clicking. I was supposed to hop in this trade, but I'm gonna show you guys exactly why I would have hopped in the trade. So we have this is our box right here. We have multiple touches on this box. As you see, all these candlesticks have been playing around in this area right here. So this is a good rejection for us. Plus, if we zoom out, price is on a downtrend. We see price is going down, and that's what we like to see. So we're more confident with sells right now. So we see price came back up into this box, which is what we like to see, and then it just rejected it like crazy. Of course, this candlestick is not that beautiful, but like I said, we don't care about losing. Not that we don't care about losing, but we make so much more money when we win. So if we hop in, stop loss 10 pips. Which one is better to day trade, NAS100 or gold? I like NAS100 better. Gold just treated me bad my whole life, so I don't really like it that much. You know what I'm saying? But see, actually, I did lose this one. I thought I would have won this one. But I did want to explain this kind of to you guys, just so you guys kind of understand. So a strategy, and I was literally just watching a video about this. A strategy is literally just called an edge, right? Not bad, pretty simple. You seem like you enter for the classic break and retest of a major zone to consider your market structure. That's literally it. That's literally all I do. I wait for a break of structure, then a retest, then I enter into it with a super tight stop loss and a fat take profit. But a strategy is literally just an edge, right? Let's say you have an edge. You have a hunch, not even a hunch, but with your strategy, more times or enough times, it works. Let's say you only have a 30% win rate, right? A 30% win rate is, if your risk reward ratio is great, that does not matter. If you have a 20% win rate, if you only win 20% of your trades and you have a good risk reward ratio, you're still going to be profitable. It's not about being right all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the highest probability winning strategy is the one that makes you the most money, because anybody could, like, if I hop in a trade right here, right, and I just say the trade is just going to go down 5 pips, I would probably win that strategy a whole bunch. But if I'm risking 20 pips and putting my stop loss all the way up here and saying price is going to come down here, I'm risking the same amount or even less than I'm actually going to make. So good risk management and risk reward ratios is what you want to see, regardless of whatever. But let me show you guys exactly what I would do in this situation. So I would put my box, I would enter into the trade right after this candlestick right here. You know what I'm saying? And as you see, the next candlestick wicked me out and took me out the trade. So now I'm out the trade. I lost my 10 pips or whatever. But I see this was still a great rejection candle. So what I could have done to double down, hopped in another trade right here just to try one more time. Now with this strategy, I'm only going to try trading max 3 times a day. Like, I'm not going to if I keep losing, like if this one wicks me out, I'm not going to try trading it again. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to take my loss and go from there. But this one would have hit. But price continues to keep going down. I told you guys this before. We're going to hit at least a minimum of 50 pips. You're just using breaker structure and retest. Quite interesting. Why don't you use change of current structure? Because that's trading against the trend. And trading against the trend, it's like trying to swim in the opposite direction of when a wave is coming. There's no point. You might as well just flow with the wave. You know what I'm saying? Ride the wave. And why I say that is because of these extra pips right here. So let's say price came right to this point. I'm not sure when it rejects and starts to go back up right here. So let's say price came to this point right here and rejected. We came to the trade just want to get our 50 pips, right? We got our 50 pips. It hit it. We made our money. We lost, 3 trades, and we made all the money back in 1 trade plus 2 times as much as we would have lost. So let's say we were risking $1,000 per trade. We lost $3,000 initially on those 3 trades that we lost, but we are up $2,000 now because of that 1 win. You know what I'm saying? But I could have left a runner in here. And what I mean by runner, let's say, and I was just explaining this to my cousin, how I basically am trading this strategy. I'll open up 2 positions. So let's say I want to use a 1 lot size overall on NAS100, right? I'll open up 2.5 positions, and I'll set one with I'll set both of them with the stop loss of 10 pips, right? And I'll set one of them with a take profit at 50 pips. So it's going to automatically take me out the trade at 50 pips, no matter what. But the second one, I'll leave the take profit open. So if it gets to 50 pips, it's not going to take me out the trade, because what I'm going to do is then go trail my stop loss. So I have 1.5 lot size kind of locked in. And of course you can use any lot size that you want. If you use like a 0.5 lot size for yourself, just cut it into 2 different lot sizes. So divide it by 2. So instead of using a 0.5, use a 0.25 twice and do the same thing I'm talking about. Both of them have a 10 pip stop loss, and one of them has a 50 pip take profit if you want to use this strategy, of course. And back test it for yourself so you guys kind of get familiar with it. Don't just go off of this one live stream or whatever. But yeah, back test it for yourself. And yeah, so one of them has the take profit at 50 pips and the other one does not have a take profit at all. What I'm basically doing, as soon as it gets to as soon as it hits 50 pips, I'm going to put my stop loss right to 50 pips right here. So worst case scenario, I have this one last trade running. Worst case scenario, price comes down all the way down here and then comes back up and hits my stop loss, and I just end up getting the total 50 pips technically from those 2 trades. But best case scenario, I'm still in that trade on one of the accounts, on one of the trades, sorry, and I ride it all the way down here for an additional 51 pips on that one trade that I took. So instead of me just cashing out and getting my 50 trades total, I can cash out and get 50 trades with one of the positions that I opened, and then the other position collected an additional 50 pips off of that move. Could you open 3 positions instead? Yes, you could do that. You can open as many as you want. You know what I'm saying? I was just using the reference of 2 trades just because it's very simple. Just divide it by 2. But yeah. So that'll help you lock in more profits, of course. But then you'll also be saved because you're going to move your stop loss into profit and at that 50 pip in profit move that we talked about before. So once I win a trade, really, I'm done for that day. I don't need to win multiple trades a day. I could try and trade it again. Like I probably could have hopped in. I probably could have hopped in this trade right here and rolled this up for an additional 50 pips or however many it did end up giving you. It actually ended up going up 121 pips. So I could have done that. But me personally, when I'm actually trading in the real live market, I'm going to take my one trade of my one win and go on unless I see like another perfect trade or whatever. But let's run it back again. Let's do the same exact thing. 5-minute time frame. We're going to draw a box around our high right here. I've been backtesting this a lot for the past 2 days, and it's a great strategy, but you have to keep in mind other things such as formations, patterns, trend lines, etc. Yes, that is 100% true. Just don't blindly go into this strategy. You have to be aware of the market structure, the overall market structure, the overall market direction, also the news that's about to come out, and everything like that. But yeah, so we have this low point right here. We have this high point right here. Now we're just waiting for price to go to either of these zones and react off of it. This is the 830 candlestick. So we're not going to pay that any mind right now. We want price to kind of calm down. You see it broke out. Let's see if it comes back down and retest this area. I want a better retest. Yeah, no. So when I say retest the area, I like for the candlestick to actually come down and close in this box and then get a reversal. Or at least close to it. Like this one kind of came in, but it really just touched it a little bit. Then we saw we had this huge green, big old candlestick. I would not hop in this trade because I know it has to retrace down more. But now we're going to wait for an actual break. We're still on a downtrend right now, so I would be happy about a sell position. But I'll take either one because I'm personally not afraid of losing. Like I could lose freaking 80% of the time, and with this strategy you're still profitable because you're going to make that at least 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. And then if you have that runner running as well, you'll also get those additional profits from having that money running. So let's wait for price to break out of this zone. Like I told you guys, some days, like somebody asked me if I'm going to use this strategy on Monday. If it gives me the opportunity to use it, I will use it. But some days the market just consolidates. It just goes up and down in these zones all day. And that's when you won't have any setups. Or sometimes price will break out, but it'll just keep going up. It'll never come back down and retest. And those are also opportunities when I won't be able to hop in trades. Just because the market never gave me an opportunity. It didn't come and retest. It didn't break and retest correctly how I like for it to. Will this video be saved for us to review later? Yes, sir. But you have to like the video now if you want it to be saved. If not, I'm finna delete it. And it's finna be sad. Because y'all not gonna know how to use this strategy and make yourself billions of dollars. But it looks like this whole day is kind of just consolidating for real. Let's see if price comes back down and retest this. But this is kind of later on in the day. Yeah, like this. So price broke out of the box, never came back down and retested it. So unfortunately, I would have never had an entry. Even though this did end up going up over 100 pips, I just never would have had an entry just due to it not coming back down and retesting it. I'm not just going to hop in the trade just because it got this breakout candle right here. Like, that's just not how I trade. So we actually see that price is more in an uptrend right now. We see price wants to go up. So now we can possibly be looking for buys and feeling more confident with buys. We have this super strong resistance area right here. And we have a resistance area down here as well. So we could draw a box around here. But I do think price is going to actually go up. Let's wait for it to. From where do you draw your block zones? You draw them on I draw them on the 5-minute time frame. The top candlestick, so this is like the high candlestick. I'll draw the box around this whole candlestick. So like I literally just did, I'll take the box right here, the top of this candlestick, and then the bottom of this candlestick. Then I'll just drag it along just so I can see it and see that zone. So that's how I personally draw it. Let's wait for a breakout. Hopefully we won't have another consolidation day. There you go. Nice little breakout right here. Now we need to wait for price to come back down and retest this area. If it does. Oh, well, it looked like price ran off again without us. Another 82 pips that went up. Opinion on max percent to risk to avoid over leveraging. For me personally, if I'm trying to like flip accounts, I'm risking like 10% per trade. But I do not suggest that if you're just trading like your actual account, because you can blow your account very easily if you're trading 10%. If you're risking 10% per trade, I suggest you risking like 2 to max 4% per trade, or max 5% per trade. Yeah, so definitely do not be risking 20-30% per trade. If you have $100 in your account, don't risk $20 in your account. That is not, unless you have like $100 million to keep going inside your accounts, because you're gonna end up blowing your account if you do that. Yeah, so this price ended up running off without us, which is perfectly fine. We'll just wait for the next day. I want you guys to understand, you guys don't have to trade every day. Like, you can, it's perfectly fine to not trade some days, just due to the fact that what's it called? You'll make the money back later. Like, if you actually try and trade every day, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna end up hopping into trades that were not completely your setup. They were not following your trading rules and all that, and you're gonna end up losing money. All my kids, you're losing money. Learn the supply and demand strategy, scalp. I listen, man. You can use a supply and demand strategy. There are multiple ways to make money in the market. Supply and demand, I used to use that. I use that for if I'm trading any cryptocurrencies, because supply and demand works ridiculously good for cryptocurrencies. But NAS100, I don't use supply and demand. I use this breakout strategy instead. I'm telling you, you're losing money with that strategy. Okay, boss man, I'm so sorry. But anyways, so this London session, we see we're dropping hugely. Then we have a low right here, which lines up with this previous low over here. If we drag our box 2 days ago, proper risk management is important. Proper risk management is the most important thing when it comes to trading. Like, if you don't know how to manage your risk, you're going to lose money, 100% guaranteed. So let's draw boxes around the high point over here. We have one high point right here that we'll draw. Then we saw it drop once it got here. Now we'll wait for a rejection off of this area, or a breakout of this area. Boom. So we have a breakout. This kind of got messed up. We have a breakout. And price came up actually to the other support area that we have right here. Let's drag this along. NAS100 is milked. I don't even know what that means. So it came down into our box right here. We got a rejection off of this. I still do kind of want it to come down to this box to kind of hop into a trade. But like I said, we don't really mind losing. I'd much rather hop in this trade right here and catch my pips. And then if it keeps going down, we'll just hop into the trade once it comes back down here. But let's see. So that stopped it. Did that stop us out? Yeah, that did stop us out right here. And we could have, like I said, we could have hopped into the trade again, literally right here on this same candlestick and caught our 50 pips plus more because it does keep running after this, I believe. Yeah. You use channels? No, not really. What's the best psychology tip that you learned that you can tell us? Don't trade every day. Well, don't force yourself to trade every day, because once you start trading every day, you're going to start forcing trades. You're going to start hopping into trades that don't follow your trading plan at all. Another psychology tip is writing down all your trades. Write down why you lost. Write down why you won. Write down how you feel when you lost or won. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Definitely journaling, because like you have to understand, trading is 100% not just technicals. It's not fundamentals. It's psychology. Like psychology is the biggest part of it. When you lose, I think somebody asked in the chat earlier, how do you deal with your losses, or how do you deal with big losses? First of all, you should never have big losses. You should not be risking that much where it's like, dang, if I lose this trade, I'm gonna cry and I'm gonna be sad. You know what I'm saying? That's not really like a that you should never have big losses. You should never allow yourself to have big losses. Not because you don't lose, because we're all gonna lose. You can be on losing streaks. You can lose for 5 weeks straight. You know what I'm saying? But they should all be small losses. They should not be losses like, dang, I can't sleep at night when I'm in this trade, because if I lose this, I'm losing half my account. You know what I'm saying? Anything that helps to be more patient when trading. Understand that there will always be more trades. Like literally, perfect example right here. We hopped in this trade right here. We were up 36 pips, and then it came and literally stopped us out by 1 pip. But what did it give us? Another opportunity to hop in the trade right on this green candlestick right here. So there will always be more opportunities. There's multiple trades per day. Like, y'all have to understand that. So to be more patient, literally just understand there's more. There is more trades. What is the best leverage to use for a 300 to 500 account? Like leverage as in the percent of your account you should leverage, or like what leverage? Like 500 to 1, or what do you think? I mean, what are you asking? I'm confused. Boom. How much percent do you make monthly? Like on average of my accounts? Well, I started this one account with 5,000 in it. Right now it's sitting at 23,000 or something like that. So, and that was like, I want to say 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks in a couple days. So that's a 5 times 4.4. So like a 440% gain in 1 month on that account. But I was over leveraging that account just because I was just trying to flip it fast. Do you have a trading time rule? I don't like to trade between. Yeah. No. You about to eat?
I was about to cook.
Oh. But I don't like to trade between like when I told you guys 8:30 Central Standard Time, because that's usually when news will come out, or that's like when the market opens and the market starts going crazy. Like I'll show you guys a perfect example of it after I draw this box right here. Another box up here.
It's your future. Make it amazing.
So let me show you guys the 8:30 candle. So this is the 8:30 candle, right? And you see it just does like crazy things. And then the 8:35 candle is gonna do the same thing. And the 8:40 candle is gonna do the same thing. And then it starts to slow down after 8:45. Like this is the 845 candle right here, and then this is the 850 candle. So I like to trade. I don't like trading during this time right here, the 830 to like 845 candle time or times, just because price it's too much volume and too much uncertainty usually. Do you always use the kill zone strategy? Yes, I do. Even though I don't really keep the kill zones on all the time, just because I know when the market is open and all that. But yeah. So let's wait for a breakout. We need a real breakout. It's just consolidating all day today. All right, boom. So he broke out. It came down and retested the box. This is at 104. I'm not sure what happened at 104 on this day. But then we see a rejection right here. We have a good candlestick right here that shows us a nice rejection. I could be early and hop in this trade right here with my 10 pip stop loss. But usually I'd like to wait for a green candlestick just to confirm that we're going up. 50 pip take profit. And do you drink water, meditate, or vacuum before you vacuum? Why would I vacuum before I enter this trade? No, I don't vacuum. I do pray, read my Bible, meditate. But this one took me out. It was a false breakout. We saw it stopped at this zone, and every time it kind of rejects off of a zone heavy, I like to see what happened previously as to why it rejected at that zone. To see what price did at that zone again. There was really no price action around this area again. I'm not sure exactly why it kind of went up here then rejected so heavily. But that's fine. That's minus 10 pips. So now we're going to wait for a break of structure again. But now we want it to break this area right here, this next high, because it did make another resistance area. We wanted to break above it, come down to retest it, and then have a nice reversal candle. This one isn't nice because it didn't really close that nicely. And as you see, it was kind of fake out. It formed a double top right here, but then it did end up coming above it and closing above it. But now we want it to close and then retest this area again. Still not getting a good candlestick right here. This is a better candlestick. I could hop in this, even though I don't really like hopping in trades outside of the my initial boxes, which is right here. But we could try and see how this goes. I'm just getting into trading. What's the steps to take as a noob? Watch a bunch of videos. There's a bunch of free videos on YouTube, literally, that will help you. Not help you, but, well, I guess help you. Watch a bunch of videos on YouTube just to understand candlesticks, understand what each candlestick means, because, like, you'll look at these candlesticks. Some of them have huge bodies. Some of them have long wicks. Some of them have small bodies and long wicks and all that. So watch a bunch of videos so you can understand kind of like the market structure and understanding how to like look at charts and understand charts. And then you also want to Google you can YouTube it too, to kind of see market patterns. Like when I mentioned before, it made a double top right here. Let me rewind it so I can show you really quickly. A double top basically means when price comes up to an area and goes down really fast or up really fast. So we see right here, price came up here and then it went down. And then the next time price came up in this same area right here, it ended up going back down, and that's what we call a double top. But this one wasn't like a real double top because it didn't end up crashing down the same amount as it did before. That could have been a previous or a possible double top. I can show you another example of it right here. This one right here. So we see price came right here, and price came right here. So we have a bottom right here and a bottom right here. Price came here, came up, and the next time price came down here, did the same thing and went up. So that's basically what a double bottom or a double top is. Yeah. I kind of want to go to the next day. Because this day is acting weird. Yeah. That's why I really like trading outside of my actual area, just due to the fact that it isn't straightforward, because most of the time it does. It'll go up and keep going up and keep going down. But yeah. But this one would have eventually hit if I had my stop loss below the box. But let's go to the next day. What time do you go to sleep? I don't know, probably like 11:30. I really start falling asleep. Like we'll probably eat dinner at like 8 or 9:30, and then what? We probably eat dinner at like 8 or 9:30, and then we'll watch TV or something like that. And then usually I'll just like fall asleep. And then I usually wake up at like automatically. Now, first of all, I'm not a morning person at all. Like I used to not be a morning person, I should say. I don't know what happened, but recently my body just wakes up at like 5 o'clock and won't let me go back to sleep. So I really just come and look at charts and back test or get ready for the trading day. From there, yeah. So to answer your question, like 5:30, 5:45, maybe 6 o'clock. That's usually how it always works out. I'm confused. What is this and what does it do? What do you mean? Bet it's hard because I'm not a morning person. I try to trade New York. Yeah. Well, New York session really isn't that early in the morning though. Eastern Standard Time, New York session starts at what? 8:30 in the morning. Well, I guess that is early, I guess. But it starts at 8:30 in the morning if you're on Eastern Standard Time. But I'm on Central Standard Time, so I'm an hour behind. So I have to technically wake up an hour earlier. But like I said, for some reason, my body keeps waking up super early for no reason. Did I kind of walk y'all through the strategy like enough, or was it complicated? Because I feel like I was kind of overcomplicating it when it's pretty simple. What do you think is a good amount of money to have before you start? I tell people this all the time. You're probably gonna lose all your money in the beginning. So just put money in it that you wouldn't lose, because when you first start trading, trust me, you're gonna lose a lot of freaking money. You know what I'm saying? Especially, and you're gonna think this is how everybody's trading journey starts, right? And I know this because this is exactly what it was for me. You learn about trading, you start trading. The first week, the first 2 weeks, you just great. You know what I'm saying? You think you're the best trader in the entire freaking world. That was me. I thought I was the best trader in the world. I'm like, I don't know why people say this is so hard. I was the best trader in the world. You know what I'm saying? But then kind of reality hits, that beginner's luck kind of that beginner's luck runs out. And then you realize you suck, and then you lost all your money. But then you also think in the back of your head, like when you first started, you was the GOAT, you was the best trader in the entire freaking world. And then, so you keep trying. You blew the first account, then you load up another one. And then you blow that account because you're trying to be the GOAT because you thought you were the GOAT before. And then you blow another one. And then you blow another one. And then you blow another one. And then you blow another. And you just keep blowing them because you suck. And then you don't realize that you suck, and you need to go back to the drawing board and actually learn how to trade better. But yeah, that's really how it goes. Do you trade SPY? No, I don't. What session do you trade GBP JPY? You go trade London session for that. I can trade GBP JPY. I'm not gonna wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to trade it. I don't need to trade it that much. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I don't need to trade GBP JPY that much to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm quitting YouTube to make a trade channel. Congratulations, sir. How do you manage an FTMO account until the first payout? Quick tips or rules. So if you're scared, if you pass the funded challenge, on FTMO and you pass phase 1, you pass phase 2, You know what I'm saying? Then you're scared that if you make all the money, like let's say you grow your account to $10,000, and you want to get that $10,000 payout, just stop trading for the rest of the month until they pay you it out. Because if you lose all that money, you're gonna be sick trying to make more money. So if you're really scared about losing money, just don't trade it anymore. As soon as you're profitable, don't trade it anymore. Just take that money. At least you get that first payout. Then when you get that first payout, you'll feel a lot more confident because you actually made money in the market. So you won't be scared of losing that money anymore. But yeah. What is the best way to prepare for a funded account? When do you know you're ready? The best way to prepare is really do it. Just like be in the market. No matter how much you keep losing, just lose like small. So like if you don't have a lot of money, load up $20 accounts and just like build your confidence, because you're not going to gain confidence from watching a bunch of videos on YouTube. You're not going to build confidence from what's it called? From like not being in the field. You need to be in the field to actually make money in this field, if that makes sense. And to be confident in the field. It's like a basketball player who wants to go to the NBA and he's watched 500,000 hours of NBA basketball, but he's never shot a shot in his life. He's never actually done it. He's just watched a bunch of it. It's just not the same. You have to put in the work. But yeah, this trade hit, and usually when I'm kind of doing my back testing, I'll say if the trade won or not. So this trade hit, I got my 50 pips. Then I also want to see how many pips I left on the I missed out on them because I only had a 50 pip stop loss. You know what I'm saying? So like right here, I would say I kind of left 40 pips on the table. But with that strategy where I tell you guys open up 2 different positions instead of just the one position, you would have been able to capitalize on some of the additional pips here, which is great. Do you trade on TradingView or MT4? I trade on MT4. I'm about to start using MT5 because people have been saying that MT5 is better. But I really never knew the difference between them two just because everybody really uses MT4. But yeah. So you don't trade directly through TradingView. That's not how it works. Let's go to the next day. But literally, I'll just be inside my office just back testing literally for hours. Like just back testing for hours, looking at my... It gets to a point where I walk around the house after I leave my computer and I see charts on the wall. That's how bad it gets because I just be back testing for hours. It's not because, oh, I just want to get so good at trading. It is that, but it's just fun. It's like, for me, it's weird. Like when I was younger, doing math was fun to me. Like I enjoyed, I'm talking about like pre-algebra math. I'm talking about when math was just numbers. It wasn't all the letters included in it. That was not fun. I hated geometry. I hated all that. But like solving math problems was just fun to me for some reason. I don't know. MT5 is way better. What's the main dip? I should just Google this. But what the main difference really for me that I saw is you can move your stop losses and you take profits from the charts instead of typing it in. That's really the only tool I really want from MT5, if I'm being 100% honest. Dang, what happened at 8:30 that made price drop? How far did it drop? This 8:30 candlestick, I'm telling y'all, 205 pips. 205 pips in 30 minutes. That's crazy. But I would have never traded this because it never gave me an entry on it. Yeah, like after seeing this huge drop, I'm not trading this for the rest of the day. I'm gonna just wait till the next day because the market is just weird at that point. It's unpredictable, I should say. All right, now we need to wait for some market structure. So, okay, this is the perfect example. I kind of wanted to show you guys like this example right here. So let's say you come here and you're looking at London session. Let's say you just woke up. You went and looked at your phone at 6:55. You see prices right here. You draw your box around the high point right here. Then you draw it around the low point too. We see we're in a trending market. We see prices making a low right here, a high, then a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We're saying we're making all this price action that's telling us we're going up, right? And then we see a breakout above our box, right? Above our zone right here. And this is before 8:30. I told y'all I don't trade like the 8:30 candlestick, but I will sometimes hop into trades like this before 8:30 because this right here is 7:45. So I would potentially hop into this trade right here if I get a good reversal candle. Yeah, I could hop into it. I would, like, personally, if I was looking at this trade, I would have hopped into this trade like in real time. Just because if it hits, it hits. If it loses, like I told you guys, I don't really care if I lose. Like, I could have a 30% loss rate or winning rate. Yeah, 30% win rate. And I'd still be profitable because all my trades are hitting at least 50 pips take profit. So I'm making back 5 times as much as I lose. I lose 4 times in a row and still come out as profitable. So I'm willing to take like these kind of riskier trades right here because if I lose it, I'll just wait for a better entry and then hop into the trade. And this literally took me out by 0.1 of a pip. If this hits my take profit, and it hit the take profit. But yeah, you win some, you lose them. So this one kind of would have, if you had, honestly, with my spread, I probably would have won this trade because my spreads be like super high. So really, it would have told me that I really got into the trade like down here, and then my stop loss would have been down here. So technically with my broker, I would have won this trade, but on here, I lost it. If you trade and focus on pips or money, you get emotional in your trades. Don't focus, trades and not focus on the plan. Yeah, definitely don't focus on the money. At least you can focus on the pips. Personally, people say not to focus on the pips or the money. I say to focus. You can focus on the pips. Don't focus on the money. If you say, "Oh, this trade is gonna make me $5,000," focus on the pips. You can say this trade is gonna make me 500 pips. You know what I'm saying? But don't say like $5,000 because as soon as you start equating it with money, you just go down like a rabbit hole and it just gets sad. But this trade, if this trade did hit, it would have ran another 65 pips. That would have been more money that I could have had on, or that I could have capitalized on top of the 50 pips that I would have won. So that's why I tell you guys, like, don't leave money on the table and feel free to set higher take profits. Like I told you guys before, my strategy was I'd hop in a trade like right here. I'd have a 25 pip take profit. And then I have 25 pip stop loss and then 125 pip take profit. Because what NAS does as soon as it breaks out, it literally runs. Like, it does not just break out a little bit. Most of the time, it breaks out and then it'll go like 100 something pips. Of course, it's not gonna give me a good example. This was another news day. I think this was NFP week. Yeah, this was NFP. This was NFP right here, July 30th. Do you look at it a percentage? Vice or pips? What? I don't know what the heck you're saying. But I don't look at it as percentages. I look at all my trades, I look at them as pips. I don't look at it as money. I look at it as pips. So if I secure 50 pips, that's what I want to do. 50 pips or more. If I lose 10 pips, I lost 10 pips. But I know ultimately every time I win, I'm winning 50 pips. On MT5, you could place a trade, put a stop loss NTP on screen. For real, I didn't even know that. I just downloaded it the other night. Like, I might start using it just because of those features, honestly. Where I can set my stop loss and all that directly from the chart instead of having to type it out because yeah. So this is the 8:30 candlestick right here. We're not paying that any mind. We kind of wanted to come back into our box, and it did. I think we're going to be bullish here. Yeah. So we broke out of our box right here. Now we're going to wait for a retest. I want like a better retest. That's a better retest for me because we see price came back and closed in this box, then had a rejection right here. That's like that's perfectly exactly like what I want to see. Then we'll put our 50 pip take profit. Juve, can you look at AUD USD day chart? And see if that's an Elliott wave just formed, please. But Juvie, if you focus on pips, do you still not have to calculate your percentage to know how much lot size you have to use based on your account size? Yeah, I do. So the reason this strategy like makes it simple because it's always a set amount of pips that I'm kind of going for and risking. Really, I set my lot sizes based off my risk, not how much I want to make. That's another kind of strategy or thought process that you guys have to understand. You should not set your lot size based off of how much you want to make. Set it on how much you want to lose. So here, let's say on my 5K account, that's now at like 20K or whatever, wherever it's at right now, I'd be willing to risk like 1,200 per trade. So if I'm risking 10 pips per trade, that lot size comes out to, for me on my broker, like a 1.2. Yeah, 1.25 lot size. So I could just use the same exact lot size every single time because I know how much I'm risking per time. Every single time. I'm not changing up the amount of pips that I'm risking per trade and all that. But yeah. Now, if price stops me out, you know you want to go up. Yeah, it doesn't want to go up. We can wait for another rejection and hop into the trade again if we get a better rejection here. No, we don't. So the reason kind of why I have such a tight stop loss is due to the fact of something like this, right? So if price does come down and hit my 10 pip stop loss, it usually goes down much further. And you want to cut your losses as you want to have the least amount of losses as possible to kind of get you out the trade as fast as possible when you're wrong. So I'm wrong here. I would have lost my 10 pips. But if I wanted to be safer with my stop loss and have a bigger stop loss, I would have put my stop loss below the, which is what a lot of people do, below the last resistance or the breakout area. And I would have been risking an additional 6 pips. And you see price took me out at the 10 pips, but it also would have taken me out at the 16 pips. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'd rather get out the trade as soon as possible and minimize my risk as much as possible. Because most of the time, if it reverses 10 pips, I was wrong and I lost the trade. And I'd rather cut my losses as fast as possible. You know what I'm saying? But we see prices coming back down to this area. We wanted to break out above this zone right here, then come back down and retest it if we did want to trade again for this day, which it did end up doing. And then it did end up running back up. So we would have hopped back in this trade literally on this candlestick right here. Stop loss 10 pips. We would have went for our 50 pip take profit. It would have played out. We would have won the trade. Like I said, that's why you shouldn't be afraid to lose. You should not be afraid to, if let's say I didn't like this setup right here. Let's say it came down and it gave me a reversal candle, but I did not like it. The average person that's really like super just ongoing wants to trade, they would hop into the trade just because they're ongoing. They just want to get into the trade. Versus somebody who understands the market will always give you more opportunities and they know later on today they'll get another opportunity. They can wait for the next opportunity. But like I said, I don't mind hopping into the trades because if I win it, first of all, this trade right here, I wouldn't have even lost. I would have broke even because once it goes halfway to 50, I always move my stop loss to break even just to secure and kind of minimize my loss as much as possible. But yeah, the market gave me another play right here. I would have won that play as well. And it would have given me, on top of these 50 pips, it would have given me an additional 62 pips. So yeah. So let's go on to the next day. Y'all want me to show y'all how it works on US30? Do you ever take partials in your trades? No. The only thing I'll do is move my stop loss to break even. I'm not saying that's the best way to do it. That's just how I personally would rather do it. You can obviously do whatever the heck you want to do. It's your life. Y'all want to see US30? I can show y'all US30, but it really runs the same. Like US30 and NAS100 is literally like one and the same. They run almost exactly identically to each other. Like if you watch it, you'll see the same kind of price action. See, I would have hopped in this trade literally right here. I would have had a reversal right here. We had price close in our box. 10 pips stop loss. We would have got wicked out right here, but then we could have hopped in on the other trade right here. Got our 50 pips, and it did end up going up an additional amount of pips. Another additional 49 pips. And then if we wanted another trade, we could wait for it to break out of this area again. If it does, yeah. You back testing? Yes. Do you having higher leverage means you risk more money? Yeah, kind of. But people ask me this all the time. Like when you're setting up your account with your broker and they ask you what leverage do you want? Do you want 100 to 1, 200 to 1, 500 to 1? That really does not matter because it's still ultimately up to you to use the right lot sizes. Like it's not going to force you to lose more money. It just allows you to lose more money, if that makes sense. So you're still in control of how much money you technically lose by using the right lot sizes. But it just allows you to lose more money. I wonder if these pairs are better than indexes. I don't know. I really want to trade NAS100. I might start trading US30 just because, but I haven't just yet. So we saw it break out above this box right here or this resistance area. Now we wait for a reversal on it. If we wanted to hop into another trade, there's a decent reversal candle right here that we could hop into. Like I said, I really hate trading after the initial breakout. But if I'm just bored or if you guys wanted to like do it, it's the same exact strategy. It's the same breakout, retest, and hold it and wait for whatever the heck it does. For the kill zone strat, do you trade on the 5-minute? Yeah. Well, I don't trade on the 5-minute. I'll draw my boxes on the 5-minute. I won't trade on the 5-minute. I'll look for my entries on the 1-minute after drawing my boxes on the 5-minute. We have a low right here. Wait for a breakout. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I have not been paying attention to the charts at all this whole entire time. I've just been reading the chat and clicking buttons. Like I've been hopping in trades, but I really have not been paying attention to it at all. This is the 830 candlestick. This turned from a coming back test with me to a me answering y'all questions. How do you come back from a 5% loss? Make 25%. If you're using this strategy and you're doing the 1-to-5 restore ratio thing and you lost 5%, that means you're risking 5% to make 25%. So you really just need to win one more trade using the same leverage. But like I said, you should not be, unless you're just trying to flip your account and being like unless you have a high risk account that you're just trying to flip, you should not be risking 5% per trade. Where do you trade Forex? On MetaTrader 4. Broke even trade because I would have made my stop loss at break even once it got past 25 pips. Oh, let me share all it on US30. Have you ever tried a prop firm? Yeah, I beat the prop firm in like 4 days or 5 days. I made a whole YouTube series about it. Y'all can go watch that if y'all want. But yeah, I completed the prop firm challenge in like 4 days or 5 days or something like that. You really just have to make 10%, which is not hard, especially with this strategy. Because you can risk 2% of the whole account per trade, and if you win one trade, like if you win your first trade, you beat the whole challenge just like that. First day. So I'll show you guys how I've been testing it with US30. I haven't done that much back testing with it, but I kind of just been playing around with it because, like I said, it does move very similar to what happened. It does move very similar to NAS100. So this is kind of what I've been playing around with when it came to US30. Same exact thing here. Draw the boxes around the highs and the low on the 5-minute time frame. Wait for a breakout on either side. And it does the same thing at 8:30. US30 does the same thing. Like, it just goes crazy. Do you think you can make profit with a Forex account starting at $10? Yes. It's going to be a slow grind, but it's possible. Price keeps rejected at that area. How are your spreads on Osprey? They're pretty good. Especially for US30. Like, spreads on Ethereum is really, or any cryptocurrency is horrible. Like, your spreads are gonna be like extremely high for no reason. So that's why I don't like to scalp cryptocurrencies. They're not even horrible. They're not just garbage on Osprey though. They're garbage on every single broker. Like, you try any broker trading cryptocurrency. Let's say you hop in Ethereum at $1,700 and you're going for a buy. It's gonna say that you hopped in Ethereum at like $1,680. Like, it's ridiculous. You'll be like $5,000 in drawdown as soon as you hop into the trade, even though the price did not move. Literally 50 pip spreads. That's really why I stopped scalping, because I used to scalp. I could scalp Ethereum pretty easily, because Ethereum is manipulated very nicely, I should say. So I used to scalp it straight off of supply and demand zones, but it's just the spreads are just ridiculous, like, for no reason. New traders should be using demo till profitable. Yeah. You should, when you start trading, you should be trading on demo for at least like 2 or 3 months before you load up a real account. And then you're going to load up a real account. I'm telling you right now, you're most likely going to lose all the money on your real account that first time. Then when you lose all the money on your real account the first time, then you'll go back to demo for like 2 more months, 3 more months. And what's it called? And then you'll become profitable after like a couple years, maybe, most likely. Like, people think like this is something that you could just do for 1 month and you just become the GOAT, but that is not the case at all. Like, And you can't, you shouldn't even expect that, honestly, because any career, let's say you want to be a freaking engineer or something, you need to go to college for 4 years minimum. You know what I'm saying? But people want to be profitable in trading their first day or their first month or their first year. But they'll give engineer school 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Did you catch the gold sell on NFP? No, I didn't trade NFP. I should have traded NFP because I would have just hedged it and I would have won mad money. But I didn't trade it. I don't even know why I didn't trade it, honestly. I think I had told myself the day before, Josiah, you're not going to trade NFP. Just don't do it. It's gambling. And then I could listen to myself when I knew I shouldn't have listened to myself because I'm stupid. What made you want to trade? I don't know. I always like trading. I've been trading for a very long time, like 5 years? 4 years? 5 years. Yeah, 5 years now. And it's just cool. You get your location freedom. You can trade from wherever you want. Financial freedom. You can make as much money as you want or as little money as you want. You know, technically, if you have a big enough account. You have your time freedom. You could trade it whenever you want to. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be at a certain time. You're not clocking into a job. And you're not reliant on the market being up. Like with stocks or investing in just like single assets, you're relying on that market continually going up for you to make money. Forex, you can make money if the market's going down or the market's going up. So it's a very cool way to make money. That boy Elijah Joovier next week we turn up in the chat for surely. Last week was tough. Market was just doing stupidness. Let me show you what the market was doing last week with NAS100. She was, listen, we called NAS100 a girl. You know what I'm saying? Because NAS100 be playing with your feelings. Just like girls be playing with your feelings. Well, not my girl anymore because I'm married. Got a good one. But other ones, you know what I'm saying? So it was literally just consolidated. This was 2 days ago. Consolidating up and down. This day right here would have caught this trade. Like I said, it broke out. Could have secured over 200 pips. This day right here, it was just way too wicky. Look at how the price movement of this. Super wicky. This one right here, I think we actually caught this trade. We lost this trade. No, this was a break-even trade. Lost that trade. This was a winning trade. This one, it just wasn't moving enough. It only went up 68 pips when I was looking for 120. This one hit. It's just, I don't know. I feel like NAS100 just been consolidating OD. Like, let me go to the higher time frame. Oh, no, it don't even look. Well, it was consolidating a whole bunch during this time right here. This is like over a whole week span, just straight consolidating up and down. And then it broke out. It finally broke out after what news came out? The unemployment? No, it wasn't NFP. It was something else, some other news that made it break out. The same time when I was telling y'all earlier, Ethereum shot up with that news. The same exact time. That's when NAS100 shot up. You should trade gold. Gold hates me, and I hate gold. So there's that. Are you gonna do $100 challenge? Yes. Nas hate me. Nas, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have a love-hate relationship for Nas, cause it's like she go treat you good, but she also go like slap you in your face sometimes to wake you up. Like you know what I'm saying? You can't. You just got. I don't know. She different. She's weird. I don't know. She be acting different sometimes. I don't know what to tell you, man. Go to the 45 minute. I have never looked at the 45 minute time frame on any currency. This do look kind of clean. But it was just straight, like, look at this movement over here. Look at this whole movement on NAS right here. Like, what is this time? This is so weird. But anyways. What do you think will happen to NAS this week? Let's see. What do I think? I feel like it wants to come down and retest this area right here. It kind of did retest it, but I think it might retest it some more. So it might wick down during the market open. But ultimately, we're still going up. 100% ultimately, we're still going up. We need to touch this zone right here between the 13,422 and 13,361 area. If it breaks through this area, we're going to continue going up. But I personally think it, once it comes in this zone, it's going to sell back down. That's personally what I think. Let me go Ethereum. Same thing with Ethereum. Let me tear off my indicators. Same thing with Ethereum. We have huge resistance at this zone. We see it did drop off of this zone again. Somebody in the chat had just realized. Somebody in the chat had just told me like an hour ago or 30 minutes ago that Ethereum just dropped 20 pips, which I guess was right here or right here. I don't know. But yeah, it just rejected off this zone again. I personally want Ethereum to freaking go all the way back up to all-time highs because that would be great for my actual holdings, my crypto holdings. But short term, I think we're still selling down, ultimately. Yeah. Did I ever tell you about US30? Like, it's the same strategy, 20 pip, but it's instead of 10 pip stop loss, I've been testing it. Now I probably won't trade it on Monday. I might test it, back test it some more. But doing the same thing for 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio, like a 20 pip stop loss for 100 pip, take profit, and then let the rest run to see if I can gain some more pips on it. But that's been working out for me personally. Like I've probably back tested it for probably like 2 hours and it was working out pretty well. So yeah. Yeah, we only use MetaTrader 4 to trade. We don't use it to markup. I hate MetaTrader 4's chart. It looks stupid. They need to fix it. It looks old. And MetaTrader 4 is freaking their PC version, their desktop version is the ugliest thing in the entire freaking world. I don't even know how to use it. That's why I've never traded from my computer. It looks so outdated and old and stupid. I don't know why I just turned up like that. MT5 is the best. I'm going to try it out. And if I lose money, Jay Smith, I'm coming for your grandma. $20 pip stop loss, 100 pip take profits. I'm not really confident in this trade though. Just due to the fact that it is at this resistance area down here. This one, it might just come to this resistance area, then reject off of it. But hey, yeah, it didn't even go back to that area. I was supposed to be back testing this. I've just been streaming and talking. I have not even back tested for real. I showed y'all the strategy and I was pressing a couple buttons, but I was like, I'm pretty sure I really did not even back test this whole time. I think I was just, the most I did was make the boxes, put out the lines, and see if it hit or not. Anyways. Yep, false breakout. Yeah. It's at this zone right here. It didn't even break out because this wasn't even, I should have put my box down here. That's what I said. I'm not even paying attention to the freaking chart. I'm supposed to be back testing with y'all, but instead I'm just talking. I'm gonna do it. One of these days I'm gonna do a real back test. I'm gonna just have music. I'm not gonna read the chat. I'm not gonna do none of that. And I'm gonna show y'all how I really be back testing, like every freaking day. Or whenever I'm bored. Boom. 20. 100. Like I said, I haven't really been playing, like actually putting time into back testing US30. I just was kind of playing around with it. And do you use the same Nasdaq strategy when scalping ETH? No, I do not. Because ETH is a whole different game. I use, what's it called? That's a break-even trade. Yeah, hit 50 pips. So, just in case y'all didn't know, I don't think I said it. Well, I did say it a couple times. once price gets 50% into my zone, like for here, my take profit is 100 pips. So once it hits 50 pips, I'm just gonna move my stop loss to break even, just to minimize my losses as much as possible. But that's personally how I trade. Obviously, you could let it rock if you want, but that's just how I trade. And I could hop into trade again here just because we had a rejection. Sand P500 backtest. What is a Sand P500? Oh, S&P. Goofy. S&P. I've never traded the SPX. This looks stupid. I need the other chart. SPX is, I think it's this one. Yeah. I could trade it. It probably works the same. We could, let's see. Let's see if it works the same. Let's back test. Let's go back right here, right? 1 minute time frame. Can't even do that. Let's go back right here. Saying P. It works similar to NAS. Does it really? Oh, nice. So if I go to the 5 minute time frame and run up the same numbers, this looks way wickier than I like. This looks stupid. I don't like S&P. I mean Sand P. I don't like Sand P. Sand P sucks. Let's wait for a breakout. That's not a breakout. And this is the 830 candlestick. We don't pay that any attention because it's a liar. Let's hop in this trade. Let's see. You know what I'm saying? We might as well see. I'm not hopping in that, actually. I need to wait for it to come down more first. Well, I guess it's not coming down more. But how does the pips work on this one? Let's say if I hopped in this trade right here. What? 2? 2? What? 2? 20? This is like a 100 pip move on NAS, and this say 20. 206. Well, maybe this is a 20. Oh, this is oh. I got you. Okay. So this would technically be a 20. Technically, this would be a 20, and this would be a 200. Okay. Yeah, it's a smaller ratio. Use bigger lots. Yeah. Back testing. Yeah. Well, I'm really not even back testing. That was the plan, but I just got distracted answering these questions. But honestly, I'm about to go eat dinner. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Tomorrow, Sunday, we taking the day off, and then Monday we back on the charts. But we gonna be making money on the charts. Like, I'm not gonna be back testing. Maybe I'll live trade with y'all one of these days. I don't freaking know. It's just so hard because I can't predict when a breakout is gonna happen. I can't be like, okay, I'm gonna go live at 2:30 because 2:30 is when it's gonna break out, and then you go be in there trading with me. That's I can't do that. I can't predict the time of these things. Market opens on Sunday at 6 p.m. Yeah, I know market opens on Sunday. I don't work on Sundays. Like, that's why y'all never see me on social media on Sundays. You won't see me in the Discord. You won't see me on YouTube. I don't do no work at all on Sundays. That's my day off. So I will not be trading on Sundays. I won't even look at a freaking chart. I won't back test. I won't do nothing. The most I'll do is read. Does gold move the same? I don't even want to talk about gold. Gold never treated me right, and I just want to say that. Would the same breakout work? Let's see. We might as well see, right? I ain't talked to gold in a while. So let's see what gold been talking about. Let's see what it's been talking about real quick. I'm not even going to draw these boxes. Gold moves slow? That's cap. Gold be wicking all over the freaking place, pissing me off. See, what is this? This thing's slow? Where this big old fat green candlestick came from? 730? Like, come on, bro. Let's be realistic. What is happening right now? Like, what? What is happening right now? Look at this chart. What does this say to you? What is this saying to you? This ain't telling you nothing. This ain't saying we going up, we going down. This is saying I'm doing whatever the F I want to do. And that's why I don't trade gold. That's why I don't trade gold. Because gold does not care about nobody's feelings. Gold does whatever the F it want to do. I'm not going to lie to you. That's why I don't trade it. That's why I don't trade it. You know what I'm saying? Who is this spamming my freaking comments? How do I report? Spam. Look like it broke the microstructure. It did. It broke this range right here. Also broke this range. But at the same time, it didn't come back up to retest this. It just said, I can't. Price literally just said it came up here. I don't like this area. I'm going back down. Never mind. I like that area. Never mind. F that area. I'm out of here. Gold is meant to be on the 4-hour time frame. Let's see. Let's see what gold looks like on the 4-hour time frame. What is this? Did it come back? Maybe it's come back down to test this resistance, then reject. No, went through it. Maybe it's rejecting this area. Oh, it does. Oh, multiple times. Okay. This was the area it was rejecting right here. Okay. Still, I don't listen to gold. Gold doesn't listen to nobody, so I don't listen to gold. You wouldn't have gone short there? No, I'll explain to you guys why I wouldn't have gone short there. Let me show you. So let me rewind back to this time. Y'all keep saying it broke out of my structure right here. Yes, it did. But I explained to y'all, I need a break and retest. So I need it to come back up here and retest this area. But it never did. It just kept going back down. Because gold does whatever the heck it wants to do. It does not listen to nobody. I trade gold on the 1 minute. You're the most stressed out person in the entire world. You're literally the most stressed out person in the entire world. Like, you don't love your life. You hate yourself. 1 minute time frame? Oh, this isn't so bad. Yeah, I would have had my zone right here, waited for a rejection off of that. Got in the trade right here. Stop loss right here. And then I would have targeted my low point, which would have been right here. And then guess what? You think I would have won this trade? No, because gold hates me, watch. I told you. I literally told you. I literally told you. I literally told you gold is racist. You heard it here first. Gold is racist. And then it would hit my zone. Gold is racist. Yeah. Gold is racist. We're not going to talk about it. If I was white, it would have worked. But yeah, I really don't trade gold. Like, that's what I lost. That's what I blew all my accounts on in the beginning, because that's all I like to trade gold. But I don't trade gold no more. It looks like it didn't break previous resistance there. I'm just playing with y'all. I wasn't really trading that. Like, I drew the boxes and all that, but I didn't even do any, like, nothingness. I just drew the boxes and waited for a little rejection. You trade supply and demand? I only trade supply and demand on cryptos, just because it's so easy. Go to the 1 hour time frame. Look for double tops and double bottoms or supply and demand zones. Like, this area right here could have been an easy sell-off. What did I just press? Could have been an easy sell-off just because it sold off so many times there. When it reaches down to this area, it's probably going to have a little reversal up. Same thing over here and over here. Price continually just always does the same freaking thing when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Like, if you just had a box around this whole area, like we had rejection here, right? We see it came back up, rejected it right here. Came back up, rejected it again. Now it went past this box. We created another area right here. We extend this box out. Camp in this area, rejected it. Camp in this area, rejected it. Rejected it again. Like, it's supply and demand zones and support and resistance zones on cryptocurrencies are just so easy. Because it's psychological as well for retail traders. Because when they see Ethereum at a certain price or Bitcoin at a certain price, they want to buy these stuff or sell these stuff. And we all know a single retail trader is not moving the price at all. But if every single retail trader is doing this because they know the last time price got here or did this, it's going to cause huge fluctuations in the price. But all right, y'all, I'm finna hop off this joint, man. I'm finna get something to eat. It's been live, literally. We live. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to do this more often. If y'all want to sign up for the signals chat, it's linked inside the description. We finna be turning up on Monday for surely. You know what I'm saying? If the market lets us, if the market gives us our breaks and retests, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all stay safe out here. Make sure y'all like the stream before y'all dip out though.